Good afternoon, folks. It's the last day of February, Saturday afternoon, and we're just coming up West Bromwich High Street, and we're about to turn left into Tyne Street. Now, Tyne Street is quite an old road. It was named after the Tyne family. And the Tyne family were a family of solicitors. The family business was called Tyne and Tyne, and they were solicitors to the Earl of Dartmouth, who famously gave his name to Dartmouth Park in West Bromwich. So we make our way up Tyne Street, heading towards Beaches Road. So Tyne Street's mainly terrace properties, as you can see on the left hand side, and we're just going up to the junction now of Beaches Road. So we're going to take a left into Beaches Road. Now, as you can see, Beaches Road is a stop end. It's cut off by the Trinity Way dual carriageway, which links West Bromwich High Street to the A41 expressway. So we just stopped in Beaches Road at the moment. Development on Beaches Road started in the 1860s, and it started as a well-to-do residential area with large properties. A lot of the properties were designed by architect J.B. Nichols. J.B. Nichols was involved with the former Sandwell Park estate, which belonged to the Earl of Dartmouth and his family. It evolved from a mid-19th century suburb with, as you can see, some of the large houses, into a dense Victorian residential area. But sadly, in the late 1960s and early 70s, it sort of started to decline because, as I say, the road was truncated by Trinity Way, the expressway, all linking the M5 and the A41 together. So it's not quite the street that it used to be. We're continuing along Beaches Road, and we're going to turn off in a short while. We're just passing Richmond Court Nursing Home. There's a couple of nursing homes in Beaches Road. They were originally some of the large Victorian properties, but I think both of them have since been rebuilt. Like a lot of roads in Sandwell, we have got potholes, so a bit of a bumpy ride. Anyway, we're going to take a left into Europa Avenue, which will take us underneath the A41. Just going to go onto the cycleway. As you can see, the road in front of us, going over Europa Avenue, is the A41 expressway. Just on our right there, you've got the McHugh West Birmingham Hotel. So Europa Avenue was predominantly built in the 1970s, and range of housing. So these cycle paths are useful, and they are marked as well as to which lane you should be in, unlike the ones the other side of West Brom down at Carter's Green, Nuns Village. They really need improving, so If anyone from Sandwell Council is watching, get somebody to pull the finger out and sort them out, because it is chaos down there. Nobody knows what's footpath, what's cycleway. We've even got a bit where you have to leave the road for 6 feet of cycleway and get back on the road. What's that all about? As you can see, we're at the bottom end of Europa Avenue now, and we're going to quickly cross again. So that takes us across Europa Avenue. And brings us down into Sandwell Valley. We've just left the playing fields and entered Dartmouth Park, which, as I've already said, Dartmouth Park is named after the Earl of Dartmouth. In front of us you can see the boating lake in Dartmouth Park, with its island in the middle. And the one thing that's missing, that were predominant in the 60s, 70s and early 80s, are boats. It used to be a boating lake, and it also had a boathouse, which in the early 1900s famously had a boat builder station there. Yeah, a boat builder in landlocked West Bromwich. Hard to believe, but true. So yeah, the boathouse is no longer there. The aviaries that are there have also gone, and the boats are long gone. It was extensively fished to the extent that there aren't any fish left in there, but I believe it has been restocked, but can't see any anglers here at the moment. So we're continuing along the path in Dartmouth Park, and it's still a winter's day, so not many people are out. There are a few people out having a stroll. In the summer the park is very popular with families, and there's a play area for the kids, which used to have a very popular paddling pool, which families used to throng to in the summer. Very popular, but it's no longer there, probably for safety reasons. And it's still a play area and a water splash park, but no actual paddling pools. We've come up to the area where the boathouse used to be, in the aviaries. And there are a few people about in the park. Some in a go-kart there. So we're just going to turn and leave the actual park. This brings us into, as everybody from Sandwell probably knows, Sandwell Valley Country Park. So we can make our way down Salters Lane. Now Salters Lane originally linked a lot of the industries in Sandwell back in the 1900s, late 1800s. And it's called Salters Lane because it's named after Richard Salter, who was the founder of a local company called Salter Spring and Balance Company, which later just became Salter Spring. This this is where Salters Lane gets its name from. Ice cream van's out, winter or not. Oh, on our left hand side we've got refreshments open as well. Just going past what was the tennis courts. I don't think they're tennis courts anymore. Actually, they could be. Still got tennis nets out there. The building you can see in front of us is the Sandwell Valley Park Visitor Centre, and it was Sandwell Valley Park Farm, and it's a restored 18th century farmstead which was once part of the Earl of Dartmouth's estate, and it was designed to supply food to Sandwell Hall, which was the home of the Dartmouth family. Sandwell Hall was itself demolished in 1928, and the visitor centre used to be an active farm. It's got livestock and agricultural exhibitions, but all the livestock have now been moved over to Forge Lane Farm in Forge Lane, which links the Newton Road to the Birmingham Road and actually cuts through Sandwell Valley. But it's just a visitor centre now. They have got a courtyard where they hold exhibitions. It's a very old building. Right. I'm not sure if you can hear the roar of traffic in the background, but that's the M5 motorway, which isn't a million miles away from us. And yeah, you can actually cross the M5 on a footbridge through the valley, which is probably a bit muddy today. We'll do that another day and do a bit of history of the valley and show you some of the valley. But for now, we're just going to move away from the farm, or visitor centre, keep saying farm, and take you into another area. So the area in front of us is known as Sandwell Valley Display Ground. Bit of a misleading name. It used to be used on an annual basis for the Historic Vehicle Show, which was very popular. Every May, vehicles from all over the country would parade through Sandwell and then congregate on the showground, and the parade was later stopped, but the show carried on for a number of years. And it was also home to the Sandwell Show, which was a free show held every August bank holiday, which was very, very popular with the people of Sandwell. And I'm sure, like myself, a lot of people are miffed at how long it takes place. Sandwell Council of Wisdom stopped funding for it, as they have a lot of things leisure related. They don't seem to be that interested in providing activities for the people of Sandwell anymore. Right, so we're just heading out of the park via the main entrance. I was surprised by the number of people who are actually in the park today. We're now heading up out to Sager Street into Reform Street, and the bridge in front will take us over the A41 expressway. But before we go over there, just want to quickly turn left into Devonshire Drive, which we're doing now, to show you something not a lot of people know about. Some people call it the hidden gem. Helping it move above the noise of the traffic on the expressway. But the building in front of us is Dartmouth Central Club, which is a private membership club, closed being a Saturday afternoon. But not a lot of people realise this club's here, and it's only a small club tucked away into Devonshire Drive, but it's actually got, if you look through the car park there, bowling greens, which are adjacent to Dartmouth Park. So yeah, it's also got a games room with 4 snooker tables. There's various events on. I believe they even had line dancing, and they do occasionally have entertainment. So if anybody's interested in becoming a member, there's the details, the telephone number. But surprising the amount of people who don't know that Dartmouth Central Club is actually located right next to Dartmouth Park. Okay then folks, we're making our way back up Beaches Road, and I hope you've enjoyed today's quick trip around the park and some of its side streets, a little bit of history again. So, as I say, if you have liked the video, please hit the like button. If you want to know when the next video is coming up, hit the notification bell. And if you're not subscribed, why not think of subscribing? It does help the channel. So, until next time folks, take care everyone, and I hope to see you soon. Bye now.